Hey, good afternoon. Coach BK here. Wanted to talk a little bit about catch-up drill. So you'll have a lot of examples on YouTube about the catch-up drill. I wanted to highlight a couple of things and maybe add a little bit that isn't quite catch-up drill, but kind of overlaps and can reinforce a bad habit. So let's talk about the bad habit and the way that I teach catch-up drill. So I have tight shoulders. I do a lot of weightlifting. I'm recovering from a shoulder injury. I'll always be doing that work because frankly, once you've kind of hurt shoulders, rarely do they get back to 100%. So doing a lot of strength, PT work with the shoulders, and kind of always making sure that there's enough space here. So a lot of the swimmers I see, their hand entry is above their head, not out to the side, so above their head. And a lot of the times, one arm will be different than the other. So this is what this one is showing, this swim lane with this unhappy swimmer, where one arm, hand entry, is pretty close to midline, right above the head, and then the other one might be different, maybe. This is pretty common, and what it causes is struggle with body balance. And the hand entry can develop kinetic habits in the back to where you're doing different things and arching your back differently to compensate for your hand entry being different one to the next, and kind of going through the water more of like that. It's inefficient and it develops less than optimal habits in the back. And the legs. A lot of times you'll see one foot kick out of the water. A lot of times it might have something to do with the hand entry and then what happens on down the kinetic chain. So when I encourage swimmers, at least in the beginning when they're doing the catch-up drill, is to think about hand entry being towards the corner of the lane, overcompensate. It'll feel like you're way out there and you might just be right in front of your shoulder on hand entry. But if they're the same on both sides, you could be able to have a better chance of equalizing through the back and not snaking through the water. So some hand entry comments about catch-up drill. So what catch-up drill is to teach timing. We're doing a lot of in body balance. So if you're predominantly maybe better at breathing to the right versus breathing to the left, you know, it shows that you have some kinetic habits throughout the trunk, the body, and you might feel yourself falling or, you know, not holding the line on your strong side versus your weaker side. So the catch-up drill is about timing on hand entry to where you're gliding. It's all about catch-pull. So when you're gliding and you have your hand pretty solid in the water, you can feel the water all through here, and you're gliding and you're giving yourself some time up top to grab the water and glide forward, grabbing the water. That's your catch. And it's still up there, and it's still up there until your hand's ready to initiate the next drive forward. And so if you think about it in engineering terms, along with a nice efficient kick, this is the way that you're going to get the most momentum forward. Is you're still gliding, you're getting all that glide that you can, and then you drive with the hips forward here. So a lot of the time in swimmers, I'll see them, this hand entry is when their hand is down here. Pretty inefficient, okay? So you don't want to have driving this and your hand's already down here. Not only are you, you've lost your catch, lost momentum forward, it's just a little bit inefficient, and then comes in body balance issues, and then you have to compensate, and maybe you need to kick a little bit differently, and then kicking inefficiently can cause drag, so that maybe slows you down. Maybe it's one side to the other, and then you can feel kind of this herky-jerky progress through the water. So catch-up drill is about over-exaggerating hand entry. And the way I teach it is when you're swimming, I always use a pool buoy for this because it's tough stuff in the beginning. So in a drill, normal drills, you swim 25 down, a length down, really go slow, thus the pool buoy. Focus on what it feels like to have this hand entry in front of your shoulder, and then you hold it, the catch. You hold that catch and you do not pull until this one is up there. Force yourself to do that. Figure out the timing on the breath to kind of accomplish that. And then if you only breathe to one side, predominantly, you breathe every 2 strokes, do the catch-up drill on the one side that you usually breathe through. Try to force yourself to breathe to the other side and do the catch-up drill as well. So, you know, one drill would be catch up down. When you're coming back, swim with the pool buoy, but try to introduce what you felt into your normal swim stroke. If you're bilateral breathing, then just go down, do the catch-up drill, and then swim back, trying to pull what you felt in your shoulders into your swimming. So again, catch-up drill is to where your catch stays here, catch up, the hand is catching up. Got a nice strong catch. You do not pull until that other hand has entered the water and is up top. A lot of people teach it where you're touching your hands. And you can try to do that, but the only downside that I see to that is if your body balance is off, you're going to start doing this stuff differently. And if you have any sort of shoulder issues, any tightness here, this closes this down and creates kind of some just habit tightness here. I would rather see people hand entering in front of their shoulder and then the catch up. Another way to force yourself to do it would be to swim with a piece of PVC piping and hold it. And so you're just exchanging hands. That one's kind of wicked, but it'll fix you of the habit pretty quick if you force yourself to do that. So that's what the catch-up drill, it's meant to fix this too soon of pull, but it goes along with body balance too. So, you know, if you're having problems with this catch-up drill, you feel yourself sinking on one side versus the next, you need to back up and go do body balance work to try to kind of find your better place in the water, so you can be a happy swimmer. Catch-up drill, I think that I covered everything I wanted to. Hand entry and timing. Okay? Hey, go have a good one. Namaste.